Neal Brown held his press conference to end the first week of spring practice today and address the media. And he had some big news about a former Mountaineer legend that has returned in a player relations capacity. Who is it? Well, we're going to talk about that on the other side of the intro on this episode of Mountaineer Paul Talks Football.
This is for Cameron.
What is up, guys, and welcome in. My name is Mountaineer Paul, and you've landed here again at Mountaineer Paul Talks Football. And guys, head coach Neal Brown addressed the press to end the first week of spring practice, and he kicked it off with some really big news. Former Mountaineer legend and quarterback Rasheed Marshall is going to be coming back in a player relations capacity, and who knows what else, with the West Virginia Mountaineers football team. This is amazing news. I'm going to take something Skylar Callahan wrote, as he was able to quote some of what Neal Brown said. We've hired him in a full-time role as the Director of Player Relations. Big East Player of the Year as a quarterback, fifth-round pick. Got to know him over here the last 4 years, and he's been involved in different aspects of our fifth quarter program. He's been around our guys and done some media things as well. When the job opened, he expressed interest. I'm excited. He's not only been a great player here, he's done really well professionally. He wanted to be part of the program. He loves West Virginia. And he's really passionate about developing young people. And if you haven't heard the rest of that press conference, guys, basically he went on to say Rasheed Marshall will be involved in the fifth quarter program and some other things like that. He'll also be directly involved with helping the kids in between, something about their dorms, things like that. Basically, anything the players need, I guess Rasheed Marshall is going to be one of the people that handles it. And if you haven't seen, he has a podcast with Mike Ostie, and he's a very personable guy. Has really done well for himself, like Coach Brown said, since his career ended, and is a perfect addition to this team. And I got to thinking, you can't tell me otherwise, guys. If you're Nico Marchiol, if you're Garrett Green, are you going to hesitate in asking one of the greatest runners in the history of Mountaineer football about some read option football? He played in a Rich Rod offense and had a highly productive career as a Mountaineer. So, in my opinion, this is going to have a multiple-fold benefit. I think Rasheed Marshall is going to help in player relations, but I think he's going to be given some little bit of coaching on the side too. At least that's my speculation. I have no inside knowledge of that. I just think that's something that would be beneficial to the program. If you haven't liked the video, guys, please like this video. I'd really appreciate that. Also, guys, comment below. Let's have a dialogue about this. Let me know what you think about Rasheed Marshall and him coming back home to West Virginia. And if you haven't subscribed to Mountaineer Paul Talks Football as we head towards 1,000 subscribers, would really appreciate that as well, guys. A couple other quick things that Coach Brown talked about in his press conference today I thought were of note. Devin Carter seems to be a true number one at wide receiver. This is a good development to hear. I think he is a true X factor on this team this year, and without him stepping up and becoming a number one, he's at least got to match Bryce Ford Wheaton's production from last year, if not supersede that. I think that's very important for this program going forward, and I'm glad we heard some good news on him. We continue to hear great things about the running back room and how they're going to be used, and basically it's emphasized once again this is going to be a running offense. And Preston Fox's name came up, which I was really glad to hear. I really hope he gets his chance this year. He's not the biggest kid. He's not the fastest kid, but he's probably got the best hands in the team. And I think he could really make an impact if given a chance. On defense, guys like Lee Koba and Aubrey Burks were brought up as guys that have played really well and have huge expectations. The defensive line was talked about, some other things. I encourage you to go to any of the West Virginia outlets that covered the press conference and watch the press conference from the day, as there were multiple updates on spring up until now. All right, guys, I think that's just about going to do it. Let me know what you think, guys. How do you feel about Rasheed Marshall coming home, being a part of the Mountaineers again? What players in spring are you excited about? Is it Devin Carter? Is it Zach Frazier? Who would it be? I'd like to hear that from you guys. And also, guys, like I said, don't forget to subscribe to Mountaineer Paul Talks Football and help me get to 1,000, guys. Really appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back again this week with another episode if we get another update. With that said, this episode is over. I am out.
This is for Cameron. Neal.